Chairshot Reality, WrestleZone.com. Turn up your watch, listen in, watch me, because it is now time for NXT in 90. NXT, I'm going to focus around one thing. Two things. I'm going to focus around the announced match of DIY versus The Revival versus the Authors of Pain for the NXT Tag Team Championships in Orlando. That could be match of the night opportunity, and I love the dynamic that all three of these teams bring together. It's finally made official, and after this match, you're really going to see the future of more than one tag team in NXT. You got to look at the main event of NXT tonight, a championship match that was on Wednesday night between Bobby Roode and Cassius Ohno. Cassius Ohno dressed kind of like a Toon Squad or kind of like the Dream Team of 92. Not sure where he's going. I have to say, and I'm going to keep it as simple as this, I'm in better shape than Cassius Ohno, and that's not a compliment, Cassius. That's not a compliment to me. That's not a compliment to you. Get your ass in shape. You look plain terrible in the ring. You can be the best wrestler in the world, but take fashion tips from Kevin Owens. But it was Bobby Roode who became victorious because he's glorious, Tom. Wait, Tom's no longer there. But it is Bobby Roode versus Shinsuke Nakamura, and I'm excited for their rematch in Orlando. Roode and Ohno, bell to bell, 12 to 15 minutes, was excellent. Everything you needed to see that Ohno can still go, clean up your look, and Bobby Roode fine-tuning that glorious look heading into NXT in Orlando. The three NXT in Orlando championship matches I'm interested in. Undefeated's on the line, championships on the line, and that's what NXT does. I'm going to send it in studio. Guys, my question revolves around the WWE World Championship. Yes, Bray Wyatt is world champion, but does he have to win at WrestleMania to make it not a failure once again for Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania?
Thank you, Josh. And that is the question. Failure or no failure for Wyatt here, Juice, if he does not win at WrestleMania, because he's not had one win yet at Mania, correct? I don't believe.
Correct.
He lost to Cena, he's lost to Taker.
Well, I mean, those are two big guys to lose to, but he's got another third straight Hall of Famer that's going to be wrestling him. He's going in as champion. I think that's a success in the first place. They're giving him this big spotlight. I think he'll have a great grand entrance. I think it'll be a great match. The storyline's been one of the best that they've done all year in the last couple of years, really, and that's what's promoted SmackDown to a higher level than Raw can't touch. So I don't think it's a failure if he loses. I don't know who's going to win, though. I'm still in the middle.
I don't think it's a failure if he loses because he is coming in as champion, I think, and that's obviously he didn't have that situation in the past. So there's already a little bit of confidence being put into his booking by having him as champion right now. I think if he loses to Randy Orton, the natural complaint's going to be Randy doesn't need it. This is way to build your new star.
Which is what I would have thought people would have said after Royal Rumble, but it seems like they're kind of they're everybody's behind this.
Yeah.
They're behind because it's a storyline that's actually good storytelling for once. Like they're,
Yeah, if Randy or if I had to make a pick right now, I'd say Bray does win this, but I don't think it's I don't think it's 100% solid. I mean, I could see them giving it to Orton. Orton, I think, has really revitalized his.
I was literally just going to say he revitalized everything. He's not the same old
he's
headlock
found ways
Orton.
to change himself.
He's a
bit.
character now.
Yeah.
He's not just. He's more psychotic and crazy than he ever was, and it's wild. It's good stuff.
I don't think it's a failure. I do think maybe I don't know if I'll agree with it if Randy wins. I don't think there's a failure in any which way. Bray's going in as a champion. The promos are exciting. He's solo now, or we haven't seen Eric Rowan reappear. It really feels like we're pulling towards maybe a Sister Abigail being on the roster, dead or alive.
Geez.
So I think there's a lot of I think this is some of the best content that Bray Wyatt's got in quite a while. I can't think of what the last greatest thing was, but I think this is some of the best stuff right now. So I don't think it's a failure in any which way. I do think, though, I know that it would be classic storytelling at WrestleMania for Randy Orton, the babyface, to wrap it up and win against Bray Wyatt. He pretended to be with him and all this stuff. So I know that would kind of be like the way to end the story.
Culmination.
The culmination.
And plus, you've got
but I don't know if it needs to. I think this is the kind of situation where Bray can win because of something screwy. You normally
Do you think Luke Harper maybe gets involved here?
Whether it's Harper, whether it's Rowan resurfaces, whether it's Sister Abigail resurfaces, you normally don't see that kind of stuff in title matches, world title matches for WrestleMania, but it's one of two world title matches, and let's face it, it's the secondary world title.
It will not go on last.
In status compared to that of Goldberg and Lesnar. So I think that Bray should win this. It's not a failure in which way, but I think Bray should win this, and I think there's so many avenues to help him win this that it would make sense. They could get much more miles out of this.
Yeah, and
if they pull from the Abigail.
If they wanted Orton to end up winning at some point, I think you can have him win at a SummerSlam or a secondary SmackDown pay-per-view.
Which he doesn't need to win.
Well, of course not. But the fact that Wyatt has had 2 matches at 2 WrestleManias with, again, Hall of Famers, guaranteed, and now he's the WWE champion, and he's going to get a 3rd match against the Hall of Famer. I think that him winning will just cement finally that he's reached his point.
It does seem interesting, though. We have 2 more SmackDowns to go until WrestleMania, and obviously he didn't perform live at this past week in Pittsburgh here. Does it feel like that maybe they're keeping Bray out of the ring a little bit? You can make a case that it's for the character purpose of what they're doing here, and that he's got hit real hard with the Abigail and the burning of his compound. But it almost the shack, whatever it is. It almost kind of feels like too that Wyatt's had some injury-prone scenarios and key moments.
Might be
I wonder if they're protecting him a little, or if he's banged up and we don't know.
If that's the case, then they need to be promos for everybody. No more in-ring work. Raw and SmackDown just be 5 straight hours. It's
just a talk show.
Yeah,
it's all talking smack.
Talking smack. Yeah,
for 3 straight hours. 2 hours.
Fantastic.
Talking smack all the way around.
That's all they need.
All right, that's going to do it here for this video. We got 1 more to go. We're going to play a little what's more likely. We're going to toss out some what's more likely to happen at WrestleMania. We think it will be fun. We think you'll love to hang on to it and get part of it on social media. You, of course, can follow us on Twitter. Go to Facebook, hit the like, watch some videos, go to WrestleZone, go to YouTube. And, of course, if you're going to be in Orlando on WrestleMania Sunday, join us 1 to 3 in the afternoon before WrestleMania. Us, Badass Billy Gunn, and you never know who else